Mastering the art of impromptu public speaking in modern etiquette. In an era where spontaneous communication is increasingly valued, impromptu public speaking has become a critical skill. Whether addressing colleagues during meetings or greeting guests at social events, the ability to think on your feet can define professional success as much as personal charisma. The art of unscripted conversation requires preparation that feels effortless. By mastering techniques such as active listening and structured response patterns, speakers can transform unpredictability into opportunity while maintaining grace under pressure. The foundation of confident communication. Confidence in spoken expression begins with self-awareness. Understanding your natural speech rhythm, vocal tone variations, and body language tendencies allows you to harness these traits rather than let them work against you during unexpected conversations. A strong foundation also includes cultivating genuine interest in others. When engaged listeners show curiosity about their counterparts' perspectives, they naturally detailed observation combined with empathy enables tailored responses suitable for any given audience composition. This balance between attentiveness and discretion reflects true sophistication in interpersonal exchanges. Regularly practicing these observational skills through mindful participation in conversations helps sharpen perceptual acuity over time. Conscious effort gradually transforms passive reception into proactive understanding. Navigating high-stress presentation scenarios. When thrust into unplanned presentations, anchoring oneself physically through grounding techniques proves invaluable. Simple acts like planting both feet firmly on the floor or grasping something solid restore inner stability amidst external chaos. Focusing on breath regulation mitigates adrenaline surges common during stressful moments. Inhaling deeply through nostrils followed by slow exhalation via mouth calms physiological reactions, preparing mind and body for coherent delivery. Preparation plays an outsized role here too. Familiarizing yourself with likely topics beforehand significantly eases transition into spontaneous speaking engagements regardless of format requirements. Knowing basic presentation structures, introduction, development, conclusion, provides scaffolding upon which improvised content can rest comfortably without feeling disorganized. Leveraging visual aids strategically reinforces message retention while offering focal points to refer back to when constructing narrative flow spontaneously. Even simple props contribute substantially toward maintaining composure. Anticipating possible follow-up questions ahead of time allows crafting preemptive answers, ensuring smooth transitions whenever new directions emerge mid-presentation. Building authentic connection through spontaneity. Genuine connection thrives on spontaneity rather than rigid scripting. Allowing natural dialogue unfold fosters intimacy, missing from overly rehearsed performances that feel contrived instead of sincere. Rather than forcing predetermined stories onto every occasion, attuning oneself to current circumstances starting with the tag, then the H1 title. The first paragraph is a brief intro, maybe 2 sentences. Then a second intro paragraph if needed. Looking at the structure provided, there are several major sections. The user emphasized using proper HTML tags, keeping paragraphs short, max 4 sentences each. Also, lists and are required in some sections. Need to ensure each section has at least 2 paragraphs, with subsections if applicable. I must knowing basic presentation structures, introduction, development, conclusion, provides scaffolding upon which improvised content can rest comfortably without feeling disorganized. Leveraging visual aids strategically reinforces message retention while offering focal points to refer back to when constructing narrative flow spontaneously. Even simple props contribute substantially toward maintaining composure. Anticipating possible follow-up questions ahead of time allows crafting preemptive answers, ensuring smooth transitions whenever new directions emerge mid-presentation. Building authentic connection through spontaneity. Genuine connection thrives on spontaneity rather than rigid scripting. Allowing natural dialogue unfold fosters intimacy, missing from overly rehearsed performances that feel contrived instead of sincere. Rather than forcing predetermined stories onto every occasion, attuning oneself to current circumstances generates authentic material perfectly suited for each moment's particular needs. Sharing personal vulnerabilities appropriately deepens relationships. Showing vulnerability within bounds cultivates trust and encourages reciprocity, creating mutually beneficial emotional bonds. However, striking the right balance between openness and professionalism maintains integrity across different relationship levels, requiring varying degrees of disclosure. Embracing imperfections acknowledges human nature while inviting others to do likewise, fostering an environment where growth occurs freely rather than being imposed artificially. Recognizing when to listen intently versus stepping up to speak depends heavily on contextual awareness developed through consistent practice observing real-world dynamics closely. Cultivating resilience against nervousness. Treating stage fright as normal, not exceptional, diminishes its power over performance outcomes dramatically. Acceptance replaces resistance, allowing full concentration on delivering value despite minor fluctuations in emotional state. Visualizing successful deliveries beforehand conditions subconscious expectations, setting realistic benchmarks for actual execution, enhancing overall satisfaction irrespective of minor deviations encountered live. Positive affirmations serve dual purposes, reinforcing belief systems internally while projecting calm outwardly through tonal inflections subtly conveyed in voice modulation, choices made instinctively. Physical relaxation techniques including progressive muscle relaxation reduce tension, manifesting itself through shaky hands or rapid heartbeat, enabling clearer cognition necessary for effective improvisation efforts. Gradually increasing exposure intensity through incremental challenges builds adaptive capacity, making future surprises less daunting since prior experiences demonstrate capability to manage similar pressures successfully previously. Support networks composed of mentors who've navigated comparable terrains offer perspective, preventing isolation when facing difficult moments, reminding aspirants they aren't alone undergoing parallel journeys themselves. Conclusion: proficient impromptu speaking relies on intentional preparation paired with flexible thinking capable of adapting swiftly to changing demands placed upon communicators daily. By integrating structured methodologies with intuitive responsiveness, individuals elevate their conversational prowess, transforming ordinary exchanges into extraordinary encounters defined not only by competence but also warmth arising naturally from authenticity embraced wholeheartedly.